Hey, buddy. Let me just say, that was a good idea.
Good.
I feel like a nude man.
I feel like an old man when, like today, I sat down for my morning constitution.
Yeah.
And I felt so good afterwards.
Yeah.
It was just...
Tell you what I've noticed too. The satisfaction after a great bowel movement lasts a lot longer than the satisfaction after a good orgasm.
Wow.
That's the point in life I've hit.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I have more sustained satisfaction from bowel movements than from, doing it.
Oh, this is gold. Wow. Okay, we're live on Facebook now, but our camera's not on us, so.
Okay, so I guess I should go live, huh?
Oh yeah, I can do that. And then
I will follow.
okay, you ready anytime?
Yeah. I'm just starting my watch party.
Oh shit. Oh, because we go in. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, good.
Now it's time for Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul. Now it's time for Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul.
Hello, Chris.
Hey, Paul.
How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
Wonderful. We like to start the show with a song this song is for all of us, everybody. This is not just my impression, but I think it's something we all can relate with. It's called Trouble. Yes, by Lindsey Buckingham on Past Week, Next Week.
Ooh, this should be good.
Stop sharing, stop sharing, stop sharing.
You're a sharer.
So that was Lindsey Buckingham with Trouble. Yeah, it sure was, everyone. And this is Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Paul. This is a show where we review the most important things from the past week and get you ready for the next week. It's your one-stop podcast to keep you updated. It's a real week review. Just listen to us and you won't need any other information outlet. That's our guarantee. And by the way, since we started this, no one has tried to, say that's wrong.
No.
Okay?
No, nobody's taking advantage of that guarantee.
Or listens. If it's Sunday morning, you're watching us on Facebook Live and listening on KCTKRadio.com. You can join the program by calling or texting us at 913-735-0060. It happens to be the exact same number that is on your Facebook screen right now.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's good. That's good. Hit them a couple different ways.
Yeah. We welcome your participation and operators standing by. If you listen to the rebroadcast of this program Sunday evening at 7 p.m., then you're enjoying all the fun they have over at Delmarva Talk Radio. If it's Monday morning at 10 a.m. and you're in Rome, Italy, then you're having a great morning, kicking off the week, listening to Awakens Radio. If it's Tuesday evening at 9 p.m., then you're listening to Good Talk Radio. And if you are, give us a call anyway, 913-735-0060. or you can go to the Past Week Next Week Facebook page. During those rebroadcasts, me and Chris sit with headphones on in a call center waiting for your calls. So we do want your participation.
Yeah, please call. We will answer no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what. Coming up, we do have a weekly news quiz, pop culture update, an incredible special feature, headlines and predictions, and much, much more. But first, we like to see what's going on with everybody. First of all, why do you think I played that song?
Because there wasn't a lot of good news this last week. It's not like we saw things getting markedly better. Yeah.
It's getting worse, it feels
It
like.
feels like it is getting worse. Yeah, man. It's wearing on me.
Didn't you have a sense, maybe at the end of June, things are getting better? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know when it was, but I felt like we were getting better with the pandemic, with our government.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll say this, when all this really came down in March and it was evident that we were going to be home and isolated, I never imagined in August we'd still be doing essentially the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That, boy, that's a toughie.
Yeah.
That's a rough one.
So just to go through the trouble, pandemic is still going forward.
Yeah.
They canceled some Major League Baseball games.
Yeah, they can't, Major League Baseball can't get it right. They
Right.
just can't.
And John Lewis died. That sucked. Well, he died past episodes, so you're already up to date on that. But his funeral, and then the president says he's going to postpone the elections.
Right. Yeah, floats that out there.
Yeah.
While at the same time having his postmaster general slow down what's happening as far as deliveries from the postal service.
Right.
You still got the Gestapo, for lack of a better word, out
In
there.
Portland.
Yeah.
We're at war with a city block in Portland.
Yeah. And threatening to be at war in other cities, including Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah.
So good times.
Yeah, I saw something just reminding me that, if you postpone the elections, the term's over on January 20th at noon.
Right.
If no one's elected by that, we don't have a president, and it goes to whoever the Speaker of the House is.
Nancy Pelosi.
Think about that, folks.
Yeah.
My Good Talk Radio friends, think about that. Do you want to postpone the election or not? You're either voting for Joe Biden or Nancy Pelosi. Your choice.
I think I know who they'd pick out of those two, but I saw a lot of people tweeting about that.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Postpone it. We'll have President Pelosi until we can figure it out.
I gotta stop looking at Twitter.
Dude, I do too, and I got to stop looking at the news. And I got my my Screen Time report from Apple. Which, come on, just stop already.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I look at my phone way too much. Yeah.
The other thing is that the president says it's a hoax. That Russia is putting a bounty on our troops, which I think is the most despicable thing he's ever done.
It's right up there. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I think it is. And then he says he's going to cancel TikTok, which has made all these TikTokers. You have a TikToker you live with, right?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that President Trump's aggressive behavior, he can fight with the Congress. He can fight with, the governors. Man, he's outmatched with these TikTok kids. He's fighting something he can't beat.
Yeah.
They're the ones that ruined his Tulsa thing, and they delight in it. They're going to screw with him.
Yeah.
I'm scared of TikTokers. I just want to tell you that.
Are you waving the white flag preemptively with TikTokers?
Man, we are pro TikTok. Okay, we understand who who runs the world. Okay.
Yeah. Faux show.
Is that a TikTok thing?
It's what a lot of TikTokers talk like that.
Oh,
I
cool.
don't know.
Man, you're so awesome. But what's going on with you, Chris? That's what I want.
Yeah. So, a couple of things of note, I suppose. So last week I had mentioned that we were going to have my daughter Abby's graduation open house.
That's nice.
So we had it a week ago, and it went really well. I'll just say Abby and Mallory did a heck of a job decorating the clubhouse and the neighborhood. Thankfully, we built this legacy pavilion on the back of the clubhouse. We had like a almost like a picnic shelter out back. So people could come in, do a little loop, look at pictures, get some food, go sit outside, distanced, and
What kind of
eat.
food you have?
We had little sandwiches and
sounds lovely.
chips, and
I wish I could have gone.
yeah. Well, you should come. It was one
I
for
wasn't
the
invited.
ages. Yeah, you were. You were.
I don't remember the invitation.
Yeah, it's the one you got in the mail. So that was good. That was fun. And here we are, a week out, and I haven't heard of anyone getting COVID from the event, and that was my big fear. Yeah, knock on wood. If we can get 2 weeks out and nobody contracted anything, and people did great wearing face masks and keeping distanced, and I think people did a really good job. So that was fun.
The senior citizen tongue kissing booth, I thought you probably shouldn't have done that.
I know. The kids wanted it though.
Yeah, that's true.
You know how much Abby loves senior citizens tongue kissing.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. She's been into that since she was little. Gross. I just feel disgusting saying that sentence.
Yeah. You should.
And then the other thing, the good friend of the program of KCTK with the Failing God podcast, Velvy Blocker,
Yeah.
invited me to try disc golf as an outdoor, socially distanced.
You mean froth?
Is that what they call? I don't know.
That's what all of us call it.
Yeah.
We are in the know.
It was fun. It was. You know what was great?
Where did you play this?
Legacy Park in Lee Summit,
Okay.
and they've got a big 18
No, when did you do
hole
this?
course. I did it Tuesday, and then I went out again Friday.
I wasn't invited to that either, I guess.
Would you like to try the froth?
Sure, I'd love to. I'd love to do that.
I figured it might not be something that
Were
you
you guys
like.
drinking?
We did have a couple of beers in a
What am
cooler
I talking
with
about?
us.
Look who I'm talking to, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun though. And it was a thing where I'm not looking at my phone. I'm outdoors.
Okay.
I'm away from the TV. Am I good at it? No. Could I get better? Hopefully.
The only time I've ever played that sport,
Okay, we can.
Game?
Sure.
stretch the definitions of both, was at the Oceans of Fun. They have the
Oh, I forgot about that.
good
yeah.
times.
Yeah. So that's the excitement. That's where we've hit. That the excitement of my week is disc golf. But it was
Froth. We call it froth.
Froth. It was a lot of fun. So there you
good.
go. What about your week, man?
Now,
Enough
wasn't
about
the same
me.
guy supposed to take us all on the boat? I'm waiting for that.
Oh yeah, I suppose so.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, why can't he do that? He's got a boat. He lives on a lake.
I've been
for crying
sitting
out loud.
waiting.
Yeah, you got on your swim shorts for crying out loud.
Right, I'm ready to
You
go.
are ready to get on the pontoon.
Ready to roll. I had an interesting week. We recorded a really great episode
Yeah.
that made me feel bad about myself of the health detective.
Yeah.
So that was great.
Why did it make you feel bad about yourself?
All the health stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Supposed
know.
to eat better and exercise.
You've tried that though. Your body rejects it.
Yeah, sure does. One of the quadrants was eat less, exercise less.
Yeah.
and I've parked myself there.
You did seem to gravitate toward that quadrant. Yes.
And when I said, I'm not, it's a great podcast about health. It really can teach you guys some things. It's hosted by my friend Chris here, and as Coach Roberto Parker.
Yeah.
I guess record it. I guess I'm the producer, whatever.
Yeah.
And when it came time to eat more, exercise less, I had to pipe in, I've been doing that for 52 years. And got myself a cutie off. And Roberto heard nothing.
I know.
Yeah.
He's very passionate about the stuff. And man,
Yeah.
once he gets rolling, it's hard to stop that train,
But we didn't have the Tracy's Tips and Dips podcast this week because I went to my daughter's house on Wednesday evening because her apartment, she turned 26. So happy birthday, Megan.
Wow, happy birthday. 20. Can you believe you have a 26-year-old?
Can't believe it. I had her when I was 26. That's the thing that kind of
Yeah.
blows my mind a little bit. So
That's so weird. I remember you calling me to tell me that you had knocked up your wife and she was pregnant with Megan. And
I think I said my wife's knocked up.
that's it. However,
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know. Knocked up was in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But
Right.
that's so crazy. And it does not seem like that long ago.
And then we're supposed to have a podcast, the week review. I know all of you listen to that and laugh at the antics of the Drush, but he's sick.
Oh,
And he didn't want to come in because maybe he has the COVID.
Did he get tested?
No,
Boy.
no, he's not very good at tests. He's never been a test taker.
Yeah. Well, I hope he's okay. You
Yeah.
know, Godspeed to the Droosh.
Yeah, we're all praying for you, Drush.
Yeah. Holy cow. He's like the star of the network, really.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
He's kind of remember I could make this analogy with him and this person in many different ways, but what I'm talking about is the anchor of the network. Remember Bill Cosby was kind of the guy on NBC?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what Drush is for KCTK Radio.
I totally see that.
And,
Yeah.
and there's a whole bunch of other similarities between those two. But I'm talking about you got it.
I totally get it.
I'm not
yes.
talking about the other thing.
Right.
I
Yeah.
shouldn't have brought that up.
Yeah. If this show were One Direction, he'd be Harry Styles.
Yeah.
If this show were the Mickey Mouse Club, he'd be Annette Funicello.
Right.
Yeah. That's all we're trying to
makes
say.
a lot more sense to me.
Oh, God.
God, that was really great because that's wonderful. So that's what we've been doing. Basically, kind of the same thing you guys have been doing. Nothing.
Yeah.
But we're glad to be here, and we're glad to go through the news. The way we like to do that is through the news quiz. It's the weekly news quiz where we take these questions from Slate. If you go to another input, you
Yep.
can look at it.
Yeah. I love this. Hang on here.
And
Let's
what
see
we
if-
do is ask the questions. We come up with the answers. We don't know the answers. I mean, we know every answer because we're smart that way.
Just about. Because we're cognitively there.
Well, yes. I could tell what an elephant was. And because it was person, man, camera. Okay. All right, here's
Okay. Let's get started.
let's get started. Question number 1. The Trump administration is withdrawing almost 12,000 troops, bringing 6,400 of them home from which country?
Germany.
Germany. Is Germany correct?
Well, let's see. We won't know until the sound goes off.
Yeah, because, I mean, how can you do an audio format and... Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
it
correct.
is. It's correct. Okay. Good deal. Good on us.
Donald Trump claims Germany's delinquent. They haven't paid their fees. They haven't paid their NATO fees. Senator Mitt Romney describes it as a move, a gift to Russia. And that's the scary part of it is,
Yeah.
here's the thing that infuriates me, just to get some more Trump bashing for you. He does this that we shouldn't be the policeman of the world. There's a lot of us who think that could be true, but he also brags that he has added 1/3 of the defense on the defense budget. Why are we increasing the defense budget? And we have plenty of money to do that, but we don't have enough money for other things like unemployment insurance.
Yeah.
And then if we don't have bases in Germany not fighting, but protecting us against a Russia that is outside of, I mean, they're bad people, right?
Yeah. And
I mean, recently they've shown that, I think.
yes, I think
Or
so.
at least the leader is. The Russian people are awesome and I like vodka. So, so how can, I understand how, well, there's so many hypocrisies with Trump, it just blows your head away.
Yeah.
So if he was like, I cut the defense budget, I have more money here, and we're bringing our troops home, and make more sense. Any thoughts on this at all?
No, I couldn't agree more with you. It's we're becoming more isolationist, but increasing our defense, like we're trying to become like a North Korea almost. Now that's taking the analogy very far.
Yeah.
I realize.
Well, here's what's really going on, folks. With that defense budget, is it's money to big corporations, is what it is. It's payback to have them build things that we really don't need. And that's the problem with, I could go forever talking about the budget because nobody in Washington cares about the budget. They only care that you're spending money on things that they don't want. Okay?
Yeah. Following.
So there's always enough money for everything they come up with, folks. They always can come up with it. If they want it, they come up with the money for it. Every single politician there.
It'll be interesting to see what the next stimulus is. I'm very curious.
Okay, question number 2.
Okay.
I'll try not to go on a rant.
Yeah.
The CEOs of Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google testified before Congress this week. Which one was testifying for the first time?
I know Zuckerberg's been in front of Congress. I know Tim Cook has, or Tim Apple, as I like to call him. I'm assuming Bezos has, so I guess. Oh, Bezos hasn't. It was his first time.
Oh my gosh, Chris, I'm so sorry. Oh wait, that's
No.
shit.
Now we got to play it twice. Once for getting the
wrong for the question, which was me, by the way. Oh man, I gotta do it 3 times. The question was Jeff Bezos. He's never been
never
in front
testified in front of
of. That
Congress.
surprises me.
That surprises me too.
That because they played the wrong sound, and that just because I'm just wrong about everything. Yeah.
Hey, don't be too hard on yourself.
Zuckerberg has appeared the most before Congress, receiving most of the attention. Man, I thought that was a slam dunk. I thought it was the guy that runs Google now.
Yeah, I really did too. I'm shocked Bezos had not been in front of Congress before. Okay, well, hey, live and learn, huh?
Here's what's interesting. Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google, we are using their products, all of us, right as we do this podcast.
Yeah, giving them all kinds of data
Yeah.
that they can then turn around and use.
Yeah.
It's nice of us.
Yeah. They say they're going to cancel TikTok because of all the things they're learning from us because someone's tracking us. Isn't that funny? Oh, we're tracked already, folks.
Oh boy, yeah.
Okay, question number 3.
Okay.
Sorry I screwed that one up.
No.
Let's come back. In a heated exchange with Representative Joe Neguse,
I will say that.
William Barr huffed, "I'm going to answer the damn question" when asked about the firing of which attorney?
I do not know this one.
I think it's Jeffrey Berman.
Okay.
Jeffrey Berman. Yeah. I
Yeah,
got it
good
right.
job,
Yeah.
dude. Okay, you redeemed yourself.
Awesome. Now, Jeffrey Berman, I believe, yeah, he was the U.S. Attorney at Southern District of New York. He was fired because he's investigating the president
Right.
and his associates.
See, that's what's crazy is in any other administration, that would be giant news that would still be in the news cycle, but there's just so much that continues to happen. You can't keep up.
He's just a master at getting us distracted.
Oh, yeah.
Like TikTok. I keep talking about TikTok. He's not going to do that. He's not going to cancel TikTok. I guess there's mechanisms where you could. Other governments cancel things.
Yeah.
China, they cancel all kinds of stuff on the internet, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got it locked down.
But he's full of crap. You can't. You don't even believe the good stuff when he says it. Okay. All right. Good job.
Okay.
This Jeffrey Berman, though, I don't know if you know what he did. He was going to be fired, and then he wasn't going to quit, but then he resigned and made sure that his assistant,
Yes.
that's doing the exact same stuff as he is, was the next person. So he's a
Yeah.
very clever. And thank you for doing that, Jeffrey Berman.
Yeah, so that Trump couldn't put in his hand-picked person.
Yeah. So
Yep.
good job on that one. Question number 4. Which House Republican and vocal opponent of mask wearing tested positive for the coronavirus ahead of planned trip with Donald Trump?
I think that's Louis Gohmert.
Louis Gohmert is correct. Can we just call him Louis Gomer? I mean, can we just do that?
Yes.
This guy's the stupidest guy I've ever heard in my life.
I read that he went into his office to tell everyone he tested positive, not wearing a mask and telling them all in person.
Yeah.
Heavens to Betsy.
Yeah, have you ever seen this idiot?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yep.
I'm not just saying that because he's bald.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I do feel a kinship with him over some things.
But it doesn't make me like him more. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's fair. It's fair. It's totally fair.
Okay, question number 5. Nancy Pelosi compared the Republican COVID-19 relief plan with the Democrats' HEROES Act to which 2 animals unable to mate? Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, here's the choices. Giraffe and flamingo, lion and swan, elephant and butterfly, hermit crab, and rhinoceros.
I like hermit crab and rhinoceros the best out of those choices. I have no idea if it's correct.
Okay, but are
that's
you-
what I would have picked.
On the choices, are you envisioning them trying to get it going together?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, and that bothers
which one,
me.
Which one is more? I don't know. I feel like a giraffe and a flamingo would be kind of lovely.
Yeah, very graceful. They're both
Yeah.
very graceful animals. Elephant and a butterfly. I can't even. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you never seen me and my wife. Ooh. the answer.
Giraffe and a flamingo.
Okay, I'm sorry, folks. We are honest here, and
Yeah.
I hate to do this, but I think I ran out of time is why I popped in there. We were going to say hermit crab and rhinoceros, but it's giraffe and flamingo.
So we're 2 and 2. No, that was number 5. Mm-hmm. Did we miss 2 or 3?
We missed 2.
Dang, 60%.
Now, Chuck Schumer tried a dog analogy, saying a golden retriever can't mate with a chihuahua. Yes, it can. All dogs are the same species.
Yeah, sorry.
Thanks.
Sorry, Chuck.
Thanks, smartass Slate writer.
Oh.
So yeah, wow, Chris. Is this the second week where we missed 2 of them?
Yeah, it is. It is. We got to pick it up next week. You know what? I'm going to up my screen time.
I didn't hear
For
about.
you
I didn't hear
and the
about
viewers.
the giraffe thing at all.
I didn't either. No. There's so much. There's so much to catch. You can't catch all the news. It's crazy.
You know that in the Republicans' bill, folks, the relief plan, they're throwing in a whole bunch of money to get a new FBI.
Yeah, new FBI building or something.
Do you know why? Because they're somehow going to build on a spot that another guy wants to build a hotel, which happens to be in proximity with the Trump Hotel in Washington, D.C.
Oh, my God.
They also have in that bill where CEOs and executives can tax deduct lunches.
Oh.
So
Wow.
the idea is that they're going to go to Trump's lunches
And then get a deduction.
and spend more money they're eating.
Wow.
Somehow it's like if you're at a resort or if you're at a hotel or something, you get it.
The audacity.
So that's where we are, folks. And hopefully we have extra relief because we're still in trouble and it's good times. So let's take a break.
Yeah.
And come back with some Showbiz news, a special feature, and a lot of fun. We'll be back with more. Past Week Next Week with Chris and Paul.
Join in on the experiment by calling or texting us at 913-735-0060. We dare you.
Hello, this is Vince from Speak Your Mind with Vince Giolinetti. You can now hear my show Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. on KCTK Radio.
These days, we all probably know of a local business that is struggling to adapt to the current realities. Here's a small way that you can help.
Announcing the Gift Card Challenge.
If you're able, think of your favorite local business and then buy a gift card today.
Buy it online or pledge to buy one as soon as you can.
Every little bit will help.
Restaurants have takeout or delivery. Many businesses have online shopping options.
Participate in the gift card challenge today.
Buy a gift card.
Any amount and show your support for our local businesses in this time of need.
Keep it for yourself to use at a later date or pass it along to someone you know that's on the front lines doing what they can to keep us all safe.
Make the pledge and buy a gift card today.
Participate in the gift card challenge.
Post and tag the business you selected on social media and challenge your friends and neighbors to do the same.
Working together, one card at a time, we can all make a difference.
This is Drew from the Week Review with Paul and Drew. Listen to us every weekday at 3 p.m. and our live show on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Right here on KCTK Radio, personality-driven radio. We dare you.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19.
Furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this podcast.
Hey everybody, it's Chris. Now this is going to throw you for a loop. Normally at this segment of the program, you're listening to Paul. Even though the messenger is different, I want to tell you the message is the same. If you've got a pet, odds are about 3 to 1 that pet poops. If your pet poops, what do you do with the poop? You don't just leave it lying around, right? You got to clean it up. Well, that's where these come in handy, folks. These are the Ranger Rob. Yeah, that's right. Ranger Rob pet poopy bags. You know what's nice about this? You look like such a schmuck when you're walking around with a Price Chopper bag or a Hy-Vee bag picking up the dog poop. You want to look classy. You want to look like a good neighbor, like someone people would like to live in a neighborhood with. If that's what you want, then you want Ranger Rob pet poopy bags. Here's what I like about these. They're cost-effective. They're eco-friendly. They've got handles, okay? So you're not fumbling around like some kind of cretin. You can actually do it like a gentleman or a lady, your choice. They're also lemon scented, so you don't have to smell the poop smell. Now, we all know that you can't just, put a little scent and it's going to completely get rid of it, but it certainly makes it more pleasant. Isn't that what you want, a more pleasant experience?
I do.
With your animal waste? So for crying out loud, get Ranger Rob pet poopy bags. You can get them online at rangerrobshop.com, or you can go to Amazon. And this is a 1 month supply, and it's like $8.95.
$8.95, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a great deal. I don't know why you wouldn't buy these, Paul.
Well, sorry, I did. Sorry, I stepped away.
Hey,
I
that's
was kind of doing some fact checking on. You said 2 out of 3 pets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah,
2 out
okay.
of 3 pets do shit.
So 1/3 of pets don't.
Right.
But the other,
Well, they could.
66%
They
chance.
could.
Okay.
But we just have verified Rob is a stickler, and that's why he became a ranger.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he makes the best pet poopy bags I've ever come across. Ever.
Yeah, it saved my life more than many times. I'm gonna write a book about it.
Oh God, I can't wait to read that.
It's gonna be awesome. Hey, thanks. Hey, take it from Chris, and also tell him Giddy sent you.
Yes, I forgot that. Darn it. Sorry, dude.
Welcome back, KCTK. No.
What?
Welcome back, KCTK. But welcome back to Past Week next week with Chris and Paul
On KCTK.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were mostly right.
Well, you're half right. Yay! I'm Margaret Gray. Okay, so hopefully the pop culture people can bring us. I'm looking to you, Kanye. You got your head on straight.
Yeah, let's see if we could, I don't know, raise the levity here on this show.
Before we get into it, who are the pop culture people that you look to bring you just some good times? Just to make you feel better about yourself.
Oh, Michael Rappaport. Kanye is a great one. Ben Shapiro.
Sure.
This is rough. There's so many. There's very many.
There really are. I mean, they make you feel good about yourself. Any of the Kardashians are awesome.
Oh, yeah.
They make you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
That little Meet You Outside girl from Dr. Phil.
Oh, yes.
She's awesome.
She's great.
And I can't remember Angelina Jolie's dad's name, but he seems like he's got everything together. Him and Gary Busey.
Oh, yeah. John Voight?
Yeah, they seem to have it all together.
Yeah, John Voight had some kind of pro-Trump video that he put out a couple of weeks ago. Did you see that?
Yeah, he's got it all together, folks. Him and Mickey Rourke seem
Yeah. Hey, let's do some pop culture, huh?
Let's get some good folks going here.
Here we go. Well, let's start with this, huh?
Oh, is this for me?
Beyonce's celebratory visual album Black is King drops on Disney Plus for Paul.
Oh,
the
nice.
moment Beyonce fans have been waiting for is finally here.
Yeah.
The 24-time Grammy Award winner. That's
Wow.
amazing. 24-time Grammy Award-winning Queen of Pop has released her hotly anticipated visual album, Black is King, inspired by The Lion King. The album reimagines the lessons from the movie for today's young kings and queens in search of their own crowns.
So is that for George and Catherine over in England? Who's this young kings and queens?
I have no idea. I don't know who they are, and I don't even have Disney Plus.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't have Disney Plus, and I'm not royalty, so I don't know if this one's for me.
We went through Disney Plus looking for something to watch last night.
Did you find anything?
I watched part of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah.
Turned it off.
Didn't care for it?
Are they space people? Are they aliens? Are they superheroes? What are they?
Yeah, that's a fair question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we found a show called, I want everyone to write the show down, called The Kissing Booth Part 2. It has this amazing actress, Joey King, in it, with the worst writing you've ever seen in your life, the worst hair she has. She has a wig. It is absolutely terrible.
How old is this? I've never heard
Brand
of it.
new. It's the top movie of Netflix.
Oh, this one's not on Disney Plus.
Right.
It's on Netflix. Was there a part 1 to The Kissing Booth?
Evidently.
Huh.
So I
Okay.
had a lot of questions like, what happened? Did they kiss at a booth?
Did you make it all the way through?
No.
Oh.
Actually, we did.
Okay, good
I
for you.
wanted to turn it off and leave, but my daughter said, "You're making too many funny comments. Please don't leave."
That's awesome.
But here's something that isn't funny, Chris.
Okay.
Bryan Cranston says he has COVID-19.
Oh, boy.
He shares a video donating plasma. Breaking Bad star Bryan Cranston has appealed to his fans to keep wearing the damn mask after revealing that he contracted COVID-19. The actor, famed for playing chemistry teacher turned crystal meth drug lord Walter White, took to Instagram to share the news that they had been one of the lucky ones to survive the virus.
Wow.
I remember him more as the dentist on Seinfeld. And
Oh,
I
do
know
you really?
Brian will too.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do actually. Whenever I see him, I see Heisenberg or Walter White.
Okay.
Or, yeah, that's I
You don't
always
think Malcolm in
identify
the
him
Middle
there.
at all?
No, well, that's funny you mentioned that. There is one scene, it may be the first scene in the first ever Malcolm in the Middle, where he is standing naked in the kitchen on top of newspaper.
They're shaving him, yeah.
Shaving his back, and there's hair falling all over. Great scene. I wonder if he's really that hairy.
Okay. Just another side note here. We should look into, because you work hard for a living, right, Chris?
Sure.
I know I have in the past. We should look into being entertainment reporters.
Oh, wow.
Because I don't think this is the only story that comes up where they find the news story by looking at Instagram.
Interesting.
He did this on Instagram, so now they wrote a story, they turned it in, the editor said, "Good, you're an entertainment reporter."
Yeah, when all they did was look at Instagram.
Yeah.
I get my news from Twitter now.
Yeah.
And I will see some stuff on Instagram, but yeah, it's
It would be
why
easy.
wouldn't we do that?
It'd
Yeah.
be easy to be an entertainment reporter.
Yeah. Oh man, we could do that. Just follow all the people.
Right, and
Throw
just
a
write down
story
their
out
shit.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can write words.
Sure.
Please.
Okay, good.
I can read words. Let's watch this. The Go-Go's documentary will make you fall head over heels again.
Aw.
The Go-Go's has pretty much everything you'd want in a rock documentary, or as I call it, a rockumentary.
Thank you, Chris.
Presenting an oral history of the chart-topping all-female group with sex, drugs, music, money, and the intramural squabbling and wounded egos great success tends to unleash. The Go-Go's have the distinction of being the first and last female rock group that played their own instruments and wrote their own songs to have the #1 album.
Awesome.
I love the Go-Go's.
Yeah, I'll be watching this. I wish I would have put it in the story where I could watch it.
And this was the Susanna Hoffs band, right?
Yes.
Belinda Carlisle was the Bangles.
Right.
Yeah.
No, Belinda Carlisle
Is the Go-Go's.
Is the Go-Go's.
Susanna Hoffs the Bangles.
Yes.
I'm way
and they're
off.
awesome too. I
Yeah.
like them.
Yeah.
Now Netflix, this is for you, Chris.
Okay, I'll
Actually, I do believe this is for you.
Okay.
Netflix to stream classic black shows like Moesha, Girlfriends, and Sister Sister. Get ready for a big dose of nostalgia from Netflix. The streaming giant announced it will begin streaming a series of classic African-American shows from the 90s and early 2000s. Moesha, The Game, Sister Sister. I think I'm saying that correct.
I don't think you are.
I'm trying to
Yes.
reach out. You know.
Appropriate. I got it.
Girlfriends, the Parkers, half and half, and one-on-one, and will start streaming on Netflix in the weeks to come. Will you watch these, Chris?
You know what this makes me realize is I have never watched any of these shows.
Okay.
I stopped watching black shows in the 70s and 80s, apparently.
Okay, I knew you loved What's Happening.
I loved, that's funny you should say that, because I've been binging through The Good Place.
Okay.
And have you ever watched that?
Yes, I have.
So
Love
Chidi on The Good Place reminds me so much of Raj
Yes.
from What's Happening, with the big thick glasses, and he's the good guy and has the conscience. And so I've been thinking a lot about What's Happening. Good Times I enjoyed, even though it kind of depressed me at the same time.
Right.
And then I loved The Cosby Show.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Loved it so much. But I've not watched any of these other ones that you listed here. So
How about Living Single? Did you ever do that?
Never
Had
watched it.
Tootie and Queen Latifah and all them.
I remember that show being out, but I never watched it. What?
Now, here's the thing. I don't know if I'll actually go to Netflix and watch these shows, but when they were on, they were 3-camera sitcoms, and I watched them.
You love the 3-camera sitcom.
Love it. Love it so much. Love it ever so much.
I love it so much, so very, very much.
and I love 90s sitcoms, so I'll probably...
This is made,
Yeah.
tailor-made for
I
you.
love it.
All right.
And then maybe I'm not supposed to. Maybe my white privilege allows me not to do it, but I enjoy it, and I like
Good for you.
the hilarity of it.
Enjoy.
Speaking of white privilege, Elton John is celebrating 30 years sobriety.
Are you
How about
reading my
that?
story now?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did-
Is that okay? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's
Chris,
fine.
Speaking of white privilege, I just tried to read your story. Read your story. I got confused.
Hey, well, let me restate this for anybody that's confused right now. Elton John is celebrating 30 years of sobriety.
Oh.
Elton John
I heard
is
that.
celebrating 30 years of sobriety, saying that if he had never asked for help, he'd be dead. The Grammy winner wrote on Instagram, "I'm truly a blessed man. If I hadn't finally taken the big step of asking for help 30 years ago, I'd be dead. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to all the people who have inspired and supported me along the way." Good for Elton.
And I think he put this on social media again.
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this. Somebody, an aspiring showbiz reporter, could have just taken that and written a story.
Here's what I like about this story, Chris.
Yeah.
You hear a lot about people who are struggling and they get their 1-year anniversary or whatever. It's good to hear that you can come on the other side of it and still deal with your addictions.
And what an uplifting story for people that are struggling right now.
Yeah.
You know, that's great.
Well,
Good for
maybe
Elton.
he didn't have access to all the stuff, all the bad stuff you could do. Oh wait,
Maybe-
I'm sure Elton
I
John did.
think he may have. Did you see the Rocket Man movie? You should watch it.
Is it good?
It's good. It's fun. It's kind of dreamy and different, but you'll like it. You know, they kind of hit on, you know, his hard party and early years and stuff. So you should watch it.
All right, I will, but
Yeah.
I'll be busy because I'll be watching these. Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune to resume filming with safety measures in place. 2 of America's favorite game shows are set to start filming next new episodes. Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, like much of Hollywood, have paused production because of the coronavirus pandemic. Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy are returning to studio to tape episodes of the show upcoming season. The studio spokeswoman said. The productions have protocols in place in accordance with current government guidelines to protect contestants, staff, crew, and talent from the spread of COVID-19. Now, they didn't say audience. So you think they're doing it without audience?
I'm sure they're doing it without an audience. I saw some baseball on TV last night. And part of it was like, okay, I'm not even a huge baseball fan, but it's just nice to see stuff happening again. The other part that was weird is I think it was the Yankee Red Sox game. They had like superimposed real people in the stands, but you could tell it was fake, like Photoshop or whatever.
Oh, wow.
It was really odd to see that.
Wow.
And then the Royals game was on, and you could see the cardboard cutout people and stuff.
Now, I know the NBA is using like different monitors, and then you could go on there and watch it, and it shows you watching it, like a Zoom thing.
Oh, okay.
Behind them. Oh. Of thousands of people. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah. getting back a little bit to normal is nice. Just feels, I don't know, just feels normal.
How much money do you think the producers of Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune would be losing? I mean, they make a ton of money.
Oh, they have to. Yeah. Yeah. And fortunately for them, you don't really see the audience in those shows anyway.
Yeah.
So if they don't have a live audience, they could pipe in some sound and we'll buy it. We're dumb sheep. We'll fall for it.
That is true.
Yeah.
So that's a pop culture news, everybody.
Yeah,
Hope you enjoyed it.
That was great.
And it kept us informed. We have a very special feature this week.
Yeah, we do.
And we hope you enjoy it. We really hope you enjoy it.
Oh, I missed this.
Chris and Paul present This Is the Topic.
Yeah.
It's the
I was
adventures
thrilled
of
when you
two
suggested
lifelong
this.
friends
It's been
as
a
they
while.
explore a new topic each episode. Join the guides for music and fun. And if you're not careful, you may learn something before it's done.
Probably not.
I'm your announcer, Michael Foster. Now,
Thanks,
here's Chris
Foster.
and Paul with This Is the Topic.
Thanks, Foster. Episode, I don't know. We're doing This Is the Topic.
Yeah, this was one of our first podcasts that we did together.
And it's fun. You want to describe what it is?
Yeah,
or do
so
you
what
want me
we
to?
do, I've got a purple sack here. In this sack are, I don't know, thousands of strips of paper, each one with a different question or topic. So I pick one out of the sack at random. This was not pre-planned. And then we just extemporaneously talk about the topic. It's that simple, really.
And what do the listeners do at this point?
All they've got to do is listen and enjoy. Just be entertained.
And laugh.
Yeah, and laugh. And laugh and laugh.
So you may want to sit down, put your laughing trousers on, and enjoy This Is the Topic. It looks like Chris is grabbing the sack.
Yep, I was waiting for the drum roll. There it is.
Thank you, Foster, for the drums.
Yes. Okay, I've got one. Oh, I've got one. All right. Oh, boy. Okay, the topic, and we've got 3 questions underneath here. Musical instruments. Can you play any musical instruments, Paul?
Musical instruments. Very interesting question. Because I do love music.
Yes.
And I think that's a stupid thing to say because everyone loves music. My musical taste happens to be what everyone else's musical taste is. It's very poppy.
Yes, right.
In my home, I own a piano.
Right.
I have a guitar. You can see it right there.
Oh, yeah, I can see it. There it is.
We have a saxophone.
Uh-huh.
I can't play any of them.
Yeah.
Now, if you can look at that guitar over there, I have a thing up of the top of the guitar thing. I don't even know the name of it.
Yeah, the thing on top of the
I'm
guitar
trying
thing.
to
I
teach
get it.
myself to play.
Are you really?
Uh-huh.
Are you working on that right now?
Every once in a while, I get it out and try to play
Yeah.
a song, and hopefully I'll be able to learn that song. Because the shtick I'm going to do is I'm going to just pick up a guitar and go, all right, let me go ahead and play Let It Be. And then that's the song I know how to play. And then,
But you only know the one.
right, and then get the accolades.
Right.
Oh my God, playing one of the, nah, I've had enough.
Yeah, you guys.
You guys,
stop.
come on. Stop it.
Okay.
I've played my song. But I can't read music, and I don't really know what I'm doing. I bring this up as such a distinction because my kids can read music. They can sight read. They can play the instruments. They can do all the stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like a completely different language for me. Yet they say I influence them because I walk around the house and sing stupid songs to the dogs.
Oh, wow.
So
Well,
there was
okay,
music.
so-
There was music.
You were musical.
I think if I wasn't lazy, I'd be able to do that, and I would have done it in the past.
Yeah. God, that could apply to so much in your life.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Man. Yeah. Well, okay. I can't play any musical instruments, much like you. I'm going to sort of dovetail into the second question, which is what musical instruments have you tried playing? So for me, tried the guitar when I was a kid, went to Turner Music up on the Independence Square, if you remember that. I distinctly remember one day driving, my dad was taking me up, and then a story came on the radio that Elvis Presley had died.
Oh, no.
And I remember that when I was being dropped off for my guitar lesson. I was terrible. I practiced very little.
Okay.
And then my teacher just wouldn't stay in the room. He'd be like, okay, practice these chords, and he'd disappear. So I told my dad, yeah, he never stays in the room. Well, the next time I went, my dad came in with the manager and they like dressed the guy down in front of me. And then they walked out and I'm just in the room at like whatever.
Now, how old were you?
7 or 8. When did Elvis die? I don't know.
I know he's sick for a long time.
Yeah.
No, 78.
78.
Yeah.
So I would have been 10.
Okay.
And I remember they left and the guy just put his hands over his face and for like a minute just laid back. And I'm like, oh God, I am so uncomfortable right now. So that was about the end of guitar. Then I tried.
Was he a band teacher, or do you think you just suck so much he thought, why, might as well go get a cup of coffee. This kid's not going to learn.
I think there was probably room for both of those to be true.
Okay. All right.
Then I wanted to play the cornet so badly in 5th grade. You know this. Went to the band fair where all the kids go down together, and then the band guy's like, your lips are a little big for the mouthpiece of the cornet. So I wanted to prove him wrong because he wanted me to play Peter Janes. It's like 3 people behind me in line when the guy told me that. And I remember him leaning out going, why don't you try the tuba, Chris?
Peter Janes always was there to...
always there to mock me.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. He did die recently, which is terrible.
that's right. He did
terrible.
His name comes up a little bit more than I care to have.
Yeah, good guy. He was actually a good friend of mine. So sorry to hear of his untimely passing. But tried the cornet, was terrible, and then I just gave up. And I'm kind of upset with myself that I didn't try harder.
Now, I went to the band fair in 5th grade. I probably was there the exact same time.
You probably were.
Blackburn. It was at Blackburn.
Yeah, sure was.
And they talked me into playing the trombone.
Mm-hmm.
My natural inclination is to be a team player and try. I want to be viewed as helping people.
Right.
Well, I wanted to play the
accordion.
We did try that one time. I'll tell you that story too. But I wanted to play the trumpet.
Yeah.
But the guy talked me into the trombone.
See, you listened to the guy.
But
I didn't.
I hated it because, first of all, the stuff you put on the
slide, the mouthpiece.
Yeah, it was oil, and it always gave me a headache.
Oh, uh-huh.
And then the slide is like if you're doing a trumpet, you push these 2 things down and below, and that's a G. I don't know.
Yeah, you're making stuff up, but I'm following.
Right, but the trombone, I don't know.
Yeah, you're kind of guessing.
Yeah.
And
that threw me off.
Ah, boy.
And so I quit my trombone career. But when we were even younger, there was a thing at the McDonald's where you could enter a contest to win a free accordion.
God, parents had to be thrilled about that contest.
And so it was so weird because me and my twin brother did it.
Mm-hmm.
We both won. And so what the guy's shtick was that he would give you an accordion lesson and then he'd give you the accordion.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to pay for more after that.
Oh, yeah.
And then you'd have to pay for the accordion.
Oh, wow.
So we did the lesson. We know what we're doing. Whatever. We look cool, though. And then we just put the accordion down, and it was there for a while. And the guy kept calling my parents, like, can I have my accordion back?
Oh, yeah.
So my dad had to go take it back to him.
Wow. Did you enjoy the accordion?
No, I did not. Again, a moving thing. I don't know where the thing is.
Yeah.
So I failed at those. And then guitar, I wanted to learn the guitar to play one song. That's kind of been a thing for 25 years. I thought it'd be funny to go up and do some stand-up with one song.
Yeah.
It's the same guitar. I don't even have one song.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I stink.
Well, let me ask you this.
Okay.
If you could play any musical instrument like a master without any effort, what instrument would you choose?
I choose the piano.
Mm-hmm.
I just find it amazing. You see, like, person we've already talked about, our friend Velvy, who is basically a percussionist, but he can play the piano, he can play the guitar. It's like either you can play nothing or you can play everything.
It does seem like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does.
And so I think piano would be really cool to play.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to pick. There was a time in my life when I want to shred on a guitar, but I think the piano is so versatile. I think it is beautiful, but man, you can do so much with it. I am just impressed with people that can really play the piano. Do you know who Lou Ann Crook is?
Yes.
So if you're friends with her on Facebook, she goes over to her dad's house, I think every Thursday, and he's in his 80s, but they always put a song together on Facebook. And sometimes they're both playing the piano. Sometimes one's on the guitar, one's on the piano. Sometimes
that's cool.
It's a clarinet and a piano or drums. And I mean, it's just amazing and really fun.
Now, do your kids have any musical ability?
My youngest, Abby, does not. Molly was in percussion.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, so she tried out for percussion and got it in middle school. She's not like super musical, but she really wanted to be in marching band and had a ball with that. And I got to pay a whole lot of money to Meyer Music to buy a xylophone thing, because if your kid's in percussion, you have to buy.
Oh, good. You still have it?
This thing for $2,000. I actually donated it to Paseo High School for their
that's
band.
nice.
Yeah, I mean, what was I going to do with
Yeah.
it? So they needed instruments.
Now, my oldest daughter is a singer. She was even studying music in college for a while, and then she dropped that. Choir, but she can play the piano. She can play a little bit of guitar. She says to me just the other night, "I've always thought I can't play those things, but I can." I go, "Well, then why don't you do it more?" I go, "I don't understand these folks that could sit down and play a song." That's what she is. She can play a song on the piano, but I can't play the piano. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
And she always did choir and singing classes and everything. My youngest was in like school choir, is a great singer. She was the lead, what's it called? First chair of playing the saxophone.
Oh, wow. She's like Lisa Simpson.
In the high school, in the marching band. Never heard the kid practice at all.
Oh, wow.
So my theory is that it's not really that big a deal, and she's not really that good because she would have tried more. And then she explained to me that in marching band, the reason she became first chair is because she listened to the director, and everybody else was a dumb boy who didn't want to play a different instrument and sometimes didn't even blow and make noise. They just marched around.
So they did like air guitar type, like Milli Vanilli marching band?
Because they were lazy. The lazy boys
Yeah.
would become saxophone players.
God dang, lazy boy. That makes you just want to chill.
Yeah.
God.
So that's musical instruments.
Yeah, wow. Well, that was good. It was good to revisit this. Haven't done this for a while, and I always learn something.
What'd you learn today, Chris?
I learned that you and your brother had free accordion lessons.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that. That's hilarious.
Well, I'm glad you learned that.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us, folks, for This Is the Topic. Oh, wait. It's still past week, next week. We'll take another break.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this, but we have what I like to call studio dogs.
I can hear them in the background.
And one is going, well, the dog's going 8, everybody, and I'm going to go figure out why.
All right.
Okay?
Oh, I'm going to stretch.
While I'm doing that, I want you to come back and listen more past week, next week with Chris and Paul.
Yay.
Looking at the past 7 days so you don't have to. You could join in on the experiment by calling or texting us at 913-735-0060.
Do you know if your children are up to date with their immunizations? Hey, fellow Detroit parents, I'm Herman Moore, a former professional football player. I'm lucky to have 2 amazing sons, but I also know that being a parent requires a lot of work. And one of the most important things is helping to keep your children healthy. To help make sure they stay on top of their game, it was important to stay on top of their vaccinations. The CDC recommends a vaccination schedule that helps protect against 14 serious diseases before age 2. There's a lot to consider when it comes to your child's health, but I know getting our children vaccinated with all doses at the scheduled times is one of the most important steps we can take to help protect them from serious illnesses.
Visit vaccinateourchildren.com to find information about CDC-recommended vaccinations. This message was brought to you by the Henry Ford Health System in partnership with Pfizer.
Hi, Tom Gully from The Tom Gully Show here. Listen to the show every weekday at 5 p.m. right here on KCTK Radio, personality-driven radio.
Do you see that doggy in the shelter?
Hi, I'm Buddy, the adorable puppy you adopted from the Humane Society.
Meow. I'm Whiskers, a fluffy kitty, just waiting for someone to love me.
When you adopt a pet, we hope your new furry friend will become a cherished member of your family. And as Buddy and Whiskers will tell you, the key to success is following the rules to love by.
Woof, that's right. Please give me food, water, and exercise every day. To stay healthy, I need the same kind of things you need.
Talk to me. I like hearing your voice.
You're my best friend. Please don't stay mad at me or lock me up as punishment. Remember, I'm probably going to live 10 to 15 years, so take care of me when I get old.
One day you'll need someone to take care of you, too.
A message from the Montgomery County Humane Society. Visit www.mchumane.org for the complete rules to love by.
Be your best friend for life.
Welcome back, everybody.
Thanks.
To Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul. Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I should start another podcast for those of us who love accordion music.
I think that's a good niche. Or niche. I don't think there's a lot of people doing accordion podcasts out there.
Okay. You're welcome to, I don't know if you enjoy, well, you don't as much as me, accordion music.
Hey, let me ask you a podcast question.
Sure.
You're a podcast guy.
Uh-huh.
I read a story yesterday about The Sopranos.
Okay.
Where, what's his name? Steven Shapiro, Bobby Bacala, and Chris have a podcast where they talk about The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Have you listened to it?
No,
ever?
but they were interviewed by Mark Maron.
Oh, okay.
On WTF, which means, what the fuck?
Holy cow, I can't believe you used that word.
Yeah.
You kiss your mom with that mouth?
No.
Okay, good.
So they were talking about it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out. It was an interesting article. They picked their top 10 episodes ever from The Sopranos.
Now, it may be fun to listen to because I don't know the guy who plays Bobby Bacala, but he's on there talking to Mark Maron. Whenever you're talking to Mark Maron, you're talking about, current affairs comes up.
Sure.
And it's, for a couple times, Bobby's like, those guys should stop protesting, or blah, blah. And Chris is like, well, maybe they should be able to protest. You can tell a guy who got the job because he's a big Italian guy who could act, as opposed to an actor who got the job who happens to be Italian, if I'm making sense or not.
So I'm guessing the actor who got the job would be Christopher or Michael Imperioli, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
And the other guy was just, there's a lot of examples of just Italian guys. Danny Aiello was a tough guy, bouncer, doorman at some club forever. And then they said, you need to be in a movie. And he became an actor.
Paulie Walnuts was like, I think, a low-level in the mob guy and had been in prison and stuff and then got on the show.
But Bobby is, you look at the guy. He's perfectly what you need. And then luckily he had talent. He could act. But you can tell their sensibilities. So it would be interesting to see how they talk about things.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check it out. I agreed with a lot of the episodes they picked. Like, yeah, dang, that was a really good one.
What did they pick their number one?
I don't remember if they were in order from one, but the Pine Barrens episode was one where Paulie and Christopher get lost in the woods chasing the Russian guy. Soprano home movies where Tony and Carmela go to the lake with Bobby and Janice, and then they end up getting in a fight when they're. And I loved what Bobby said in there. He's like, we did 98% of it ourselves with no help from stunt people, and it was really like what two big fat guys getting in a fight would be like. He said he was sore for days afterwards.
Now, our friend who's another broadcaster, Ron Bennington.
Yeah.
The great Ron Bennington. He says that the pilot of The Sopranos is the greatest hour of television ever made.
I need to revisit that. I've heard him say that.
Yeah.
It's great. The ducks.
Yeah.
Really cool. Little fat AJ. He's so cute.
So there's a live read for another podcast, folks.
Yeah.
So there you go. But
Yeah, all right.
you need to get ready for next week. And
Yeah, you do.
There's only one way to do that.
Yeah,
That's
serious.
through headlines and predictions, where we do stories and then make up a funny punchline. And some of these, folks, the world is so surreal that it's hard to write a joke about.
It is hard. And I feel like I'm just repeating the same jokes because it's the same weird stories. It's This week was especially tough. I spent a lot of time staring at my computer screen.
On the first one I do, I just have gave up. And just you can read it. But
Okay.
anyway, go ahead, Chris.
Sure. President Trump claimed that if more people are able to vote by mail, it could take years to find out the winner of the 2020 presidential election. Trump also floated the possibility of postponing the election rather than letting more people vote by mail amid the pandemic. Trump tried to create doubt over how states will distribute mail-in ballots. He said, I don't want to see that take place in a week after, or frankly, with litigation and everything else that could happen, years, or you never even know who won the election, he said. He went on to say, so now if you'll excuse me, I've got to go buy a stamp for my absentee ballot, Paul. Terrible.
That's great. By the way, he's the one that would do litigation.
Yes. Yeah, the litigation would
come from him.
Yeah.
He would, if he didn't want the litigation, he would just say no.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, Hong Kong Chief Executive Carrie Lam said the Legislative Council election that was scheduled to take place September 6th will be postponed due to coronavirus concerns. Hong Kong has seen its number of coronavirus infections rise after previously having no local transmitted cases for weeks. United States Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said that the Hong Kong elections must proceed on time. Otherwise, it would prove Beijing has seized control in the semi-autonomous city. Could you imagine living in a backwards, undemocratic country where the authoritarian leader suggests postponing the election because things aren't going their way? Can you imagine that? No joke. Sorry, folks.
I don't know what else you're right about that story. The hypocrisy is it's audacious.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Well, here, let me help you with a no-joke story, Paul.
Okay.
A new poll shows former Vice President Joe Biden with a lead over President Trump in 6 key swing states. Redfield and Wilton Strategies poll shows Biden still has a lead in all of those states and even widened it in Arizona, Florida, and Michigan. When asked how he thought Sleepy Joe had managed to widen his gap so much, Trump said he figured it was probably crest strips. Paul? Again, just not even a joke, I don't think. Just, God.
This will make you feel better.
Okay, thanks.
After reviewing the 2014 shooting of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri, St. Louis County Prosecuting Attorney Wesley Bell announced he would not file any charges of murder on manslaughter against Darren Wilson, the former police officer who fatally shot Brown. Brown, an 18-year-old black man, was shot by Wilson following a scuffle. A grand jury later declined to indict Wilson. Bell said after an independent and in-depth review of the evidence, he cannot prove that Wilson purposely murdered Brown. Yet it was proven by Wilson that Brown was, in fact, black.
Thanks, man. That does make me feel better.
Fuck you.
Well, let's take the quality down another notch here. Former tropical storm Isaias strengthened into a Category 1 hurricane after causing flooding and landslides in the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico as it passed by as a tropical storm. It's expected to approach South Florida, and experts say it could cause nearly as much destruction to the Sunshine State as Governor Ron DeSantis. Paul?
Thanks, Chris. And finally,
oh my God, yes.
Dr. Anthony Fauci, director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, said the 30,000 individuals have started to enroll in the first phase 3 clinical trial of the coronavirus vaccine. The investigational vaccine was developed by the biotechnical company Moderna and Nayaded. Meanwhile, Trump followers are devouring hydrochloroquine to cure themselves of COVID-19, sexual visits by demons and alien DNA, and high-priced supplements to remove metal from their body.
Oh. Well,
and that's news and predictions.
We did it.
much like the president, every time you think we can't get worse, we do it. If you think it was the worst news and jokes you've ever heard in your life, I dare you to tune in next week.
I'm going to share a funny tweet with you, Paul. Do you follow Emo Phillips on Twitter?
Yes, I do.
Did you
Thanks
see?
to my friend Keith, he said, please follow Emo Phillips.
Emo's great, isn't
Yeah.
he?
Mhm.
Did you see this one? It's silly to believe an illness can stem from having sex with a demon, but just to be safe, I'm giving it up anyway. Oh, that cracked me up.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, folks. We try hard. I mean, one was just hypocrisy. One was, I didn't know what to say about Michael Brennan. That's usually your beat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's usually me that gets the very touchy, charged stories like that.
And the
Thanks,
vaccine
buddy.
coming, I'm excited by that. We need that, and we're just in this world where we don't believe anything,
Yeah.
or I don't believe anything. The president will say it's coming out, I just don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
The news media will acts like everybody's dying.
Yeah,
when they're not. You were talking about your event you had last week. You just don't know what happens.
No, it's hard. I didn't want to have that open house for Abby. I felt it was too dangerous. She really wanted it. We did it. We tried to be safe about it. But the problem is we don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you think, I'm just not happy that Herman Cain died. I just can't be happy about it. And then here's a guy, him in Gomer, the Congressman Gomer, just, I don't wear a mask. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, we didn't talk about Herman Cain this week. That was that's
Just
sad. It's
do
terrible. Oh yeah, I didn't realize
was-
he was the Godfather's pizza guy.
That's what I'm going to ask him. If I, as an Italian American, could do, I don't know, Chitlin's restaurant, was he okay with that? I don't know.
I'm not even. I'm
Smart.
not- yeah.
Smart. So what do you got going on next week?
Hey, so this week I'm actually going into the office tomorrow. That's going to be interesting because up until Friday, when you're in the office, it was when you're out in common areas around people, you got to wear a mask. When you're in your own cube or even your own office, you don't have to wear a mask. Well, we got communication that we have to wear a mask all the time. We're in a building, so
Wow.
that's going to do
Do you have an office?
I
there?
do have an office.
But you're working with new people, so you're not really in your office, are you?
Yeah. And when I'm in my office, if the people on my team have to wear a mask all the time, it doesn't look good for me to be sitting in there without one. So I will wear it with them.
Yeah.
You know, and I know healthcare workers do it all day, every day. So I kind of sound like a, whiny poopy diaper baby when I say I don't want to wear my mask all day. I get the people that don't want to wear them.
Sorry, I was trying to cue up the song.
Oh, that's okay. Hey, that was good.
Yeah.
So doing that, and then Friday, or Friday as I like to call it, I'm taking off because Abby is getting her wisdom teeth removed before she goes to school.
Oh my.
Yeah. So I've got a lot coming up in the next few weeks.
Now she's scheduled to go to school still and everything?
Yes.
When's she's supposed to go down there?
So the 7th, Abby gets her wisdom teeth taken out. The 10th, I take Molly to school. The 17th, I take Abby to school.
Okay.
It does concern me. I don't know if you saw the news about the summer camp in Georgia. 600 kids went. Now almost half of everybody has coronavirus. I'm moving my oldest daughter into a sorority house with 100 other girls.
Now, are they doing Rush still? Or
They're doing Rush, some kind of modified Rush, but they're doing. That's why Molly goes down earlier for Rush.
And that's just like next week.
Yeah. Monday, a week from Monday, I'll be taking her down.
It's crazy.
And then the following Monday, I'll be taking Abby down. And here's, okay, I'm going to be selfish.
Yeah.
Then really the first week of September, Jane and I are going to Colorado. I am going to be so irritated if I get the call from the zoo when we get out to Colorado. Hey, got to move your kids back home. Oh, really? Why did we even do this to begin with?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I should have talked to them both about taking a gap year. I don't know.
Right.
But then
That'd
to
be
do what? What do you do?
Right. Travel. Oh.
Yeah. DoorDash. Hey.
I'm going to travel to Europe. Oh, they won't let Americans in.
Right. Yes. What about you? What's your week like?
I got nothing. There's a big election in our area on Tuesday. Make sure everyone votes.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yep.
The postponing of the election and all this stuff, mail-in ballots. I'm going to the polls.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to have my mask on. I'm going to social distance. I don't know if I need to wear gloves or just make sure I keep putting the sanitizer on after I vote. There's just nothing going to stop me from voting, especially in November.
Well, the last time I went and voted, do they give you your own pen? When they you pick up your own pen, you go do it. I felt like they did a good job.
But that was for a city election.
Right.
And like 4 people voted.
Right.
Because that's how important the city is. Yeah, you heard me right.
That's good stuff.
So it'll be interesting to see how they do everything in November.
Yeah.
But
very much so.
I make sure everyone just go ahead and vote in the primary and then vote in the general for sure. Mm-hmm. So here's another reason I bring that up.
Yeah.
It's something to do. I got something to do. Get out of the house.
Something to look forward to. Yeah.
Get out of the house. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Maybe you can get yourself a Big Mac on the way back home or something.
I got myself a Big Mac on Friday and I shouldn't. I'm sorry, Roberto. I saw on Facebook today is the 53rd anniversary of the Big Mac.
Oh, wow.
And I posted, we still have a very strong relationship. Did you see that?
I did.
Something like that.
I know you love a Big Mac.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. But that's basically the show, everybody. And thanks for joining us. We have a lot of fun doing this. And Chris, why don't you take us out?
All right, I'll close us out here. Hey, well, all thank you for listening to Past Week Next Week with Chris and Paul. Since you loved the program, please rate and review the podcast on your favorite podcast distributor. We'd love to hear from you, so contact us at 913-735-0060 or at pastweeknextweek@gmail.com and join the Past Week Next Week Facebook page. Also, make sure you listen to all the great programs on KCTK Radio, Delmarva Talk Radio, Awakens Radio, and Good Talk Radio. Plus, support our sponsor by picking up some Ranger Rob Pet Poopy Bags. On behalf of Paul, I'm Chris saying goodbye.
And on behalf of Chris, I want to play a song for you to get you ready for next week. You probably have already heard what it is. It's a Beatles song. It's one of my favorite Beatles songs with no intro. It goes right into it, as you've heard already.
Twice. Yes.
Now, we're on Facebook, folks.
Mm-hmm.
They may kick us off for playing a Beatles song.
Okay.
Because Beatles didn't make enough money. They got to make money off of everything that they did. But this is a great video, and if I talk too much during, I'm sorry, but here is We Can Work It Out by the Beatles.
Ah, okay, that was kind of uplifting.
Good, I'm glad it was.
Yeah, despite Ringo and George.
KCTK production, produced by Paul Lavoda. If you want more information about this content, then you have some real weirdness going on. You can always check out KCTK Radio on Facebook. Listen to live programs at kctkradio.com. Yes, and that is on the World Wide Web. Thank you.